Hello, hello, and all right. Welcome back. Whenever and wherever you participate with this, I hope that it is a comfortable, beneficial type of escape from whatever we need escaping from today. The oh well, if you need to be told, please, or asked to, please start relaxing. Get comfortable. And we're just seeing how many tensions we are able to let go of in our short time together. Back to the art for the message from in between this week. I have an idea, and that idea is taking me longer. I'm finding that I'm spending more time on the drawings, and I'm worried this might be because I'm overcomplicating them, or I've overstepped how much time can be spent per drawing. And one week was a little more time, or a little less time than I needed, for what will hopefully be a fun little six episode series. Kind of a palate refresher. Sending Lance to the dark carnival. Now that I've said it out loud while it's recording, hopefully I have to follow through with it. But yeah, that was it. I didn't want to rush. I didn't want to get all worked up. And so I'm offering 4 images that were ideas that led elsewhere. I had an image or a feeling and ended up going somewhere else with each of them, except the bottom left is a fun detail from the Mothman, the Mecha Mothman drawing. That's Lance as pilot, and that is an electronic toy. Not sponsored, but basically it's a Bop It. Like a Bop It, but legally distinct, I'm sure, in every way that counts. And that's also why it has a little less detail to it, because I shrunk it down and stuck him as the pilot in the chest of the Mothman mecha suit. Just to keep consistency up, I will also read what came through, because in the sacrifices that I made, I still, from the larger experience, I still want it to be enjoyable and the flow to be steady, the flow of creativity flowing to me and through me. So I don't like to break the premise, but here we go. I had an idea. It will take more time. However, I do not want the anxieties of past due and catching up to break the flow with the performance aspect of this project. I don't want to rush it or skip it. To buy more time, I asked Big G the search daddy, for 4 random numbers, which I've matched up to my Overflow document of potential topics, and with that I've collaged the 4 visual ideas that led elsewhere, and I offer these in lieu of a more curated experience this go round. Ended up with number 4, and with that, what geek out opportunities do you allow for in your day? Number 15, hey, your thing may be broken. No, it's just numb. 45, but life goes on. And 33, heard this from a video, make a mind palace for happy memories. This week's 3-card draw is the 8 of Pentacles, number 9, the Hermit, and the Ace of Pentacles, inviting us to consider A, you want things? Make things, and keep the transactions simple. B, don't identify with the dishwater. Identify with the dishes. And C, run away with the spoon. Leave a forwarding address. This session of Psychic Sleep will be lovingly bespoke as always, and is at this very moment. So making sure none of that came across as scattered energy, but more inspirational surrender to lead me to a little more juicier expression of the art, or where it may lead. Who knows? And it hasn't been done yet, so it is equally done and undone. And how about on the back of the word undone, like undoing your shoelaces? Imagine that there is a pair of laces, or a single lace that is wound up through the back and has been pulled snug and tight so everything held itself together in this exact shape, with room to move around in, of course. And start to loosen the lacing up and down your back. Maybe you need to direct a couple of breaths at the knot itself, if it happens to be tied or knotted. Whatever was protecting it. And that doesn't mean drop all your protections. But visualizing the laces blooming apart, creating this relaxation that you can see happening to all that tight skin, that tight whatever it is that we've laced ourselves up with. And if you haven't already, noticing the shift in the breath that's come along with this loosening and relaxation visualization that we're giving to the length of the spine at this very moment. And oh yeah, if you thought the laces were at the shoulders, go all the way up to the back of the neck, where the neck and the skull meet. where the spine enters the skull. And maybe those laces are more delicate and need a different type of attention and energy, which can be found again and dealt to by yourself or any part that you delegate to do so. In fact, it would be nice to just say, if there's someone on my spirit team that wants to help me relax my body so I can focus elsewhere, please, I would appreciate your help. Or whatever construct or dressing you have to do to play this imaginary game and get a helper, an assistant to your relaxation shenanigans, adventures. Daydreams and dreams. Unwinding those laces. And then imagine the body as a cylinder that it expands as you breathe in. And shrinks back down a little as you exhale. And see if it doesn't feel like there isn't a little more room, more give to the back of the body, to the sides of the body, to the front of the body. Perceiving it in a 360 type of way, if you would like. But just noticing the relaxation that we can correlate to the visualization of undoing the laces. And how that either just helped you or did not. Either way, it's data gained for pattern analysis later. And let the imagination soften along with the breath. Perhaps blurring the line between where the breath begins and where you begin, and where the breath is not the breath, and where it's no longer you. And dissolving that barrier by erasing the difference in the mind between the two. Your breath and the air we breathe. The air we breathe. A little bridge towards unity consciousness if you wanted to take a little detour. Because if you and the air are one, then you and all the other breathing beings on the planet share that. Like I said, just one way into a unity consciousness. If, as we continue the tour, if you are making your stop along, turn it into a train ride. a guided tour of the inner planes, led by your inner eye, fueled by the fire in your heart. Perhaps the warmth in the heart, the warmth of the heart. Mm. But again, just resting the mind on the relationship between the air that is all around you and the air that is inside of you. And you may want to continue whatever visualization you had landed on. Or you may like to switch your perceptive filters in such that there is something beneficial, we'll call it energetically beneficial, that exists as the air around you, in the air around you. The air brings this vital life force into the body, as does eating. But we're breathing at this moment, imagining that interwoven with that breath is something beneficial that is activated, that is jazzed up by your attention being placed on it. So it was already moving through you, to you, and through you. Adding a perceptive layer of visualization can amp up the feel-goods that it is wont to give. So maybe you breathe in your favorite color. Maybe you breathe in the sound of the rain, the smell of the fresh rain. Up to you. But along with the air that enters the body, so does this vital life force. You can watch it come in and go out, or you can collect it inside of you and fill yourself up like a container. Whatever feels right, whatever feels best and most appropriate as you inhale this energy. Where are you? Where's your practice? And whether you were riding the energy going in and out, or whether you were taking it in and gathering it, take the excess, because as we head back to a balanced state, take that excess energy and put it into a crystal in your mind's eye. One that you won't lose or misplace, as unique as you would like it to be. Infuse the crystal with your energy. And as you do so, imagine how it would feel, or how it feels as you charge this crystal with excess energy that you can access when you need it, when you find yourself low mood, low energy, low motivation. You can reimagine your crystal and you can play with it like the battery that it is, transforming that visual imagery into action. In even more beneficial ways for you. And if you're going to visualize, you might as well stack the deck in your favor. So maybe that battery could be a mood boost, could be a shield against it or during an interaction. It's just something that you can use. So usually when you hear me say put that to the side and we'll come back for it, put your crystal to the side so you can come back for it. You can put it somewhere where you would easily remember that you did, or if you've been working with me and you would like to put it somewhere in your psychic grove, your sacred garden, you could go there too. Well, even if you haven't been working with me, you could do that with yourself. Just allow yourself to wonder for a moment, what could me visualizing this crystal charged with the excess stuff, what could it do? What change am I willing to let it make on my behalf in my near future? Don't know. But I'm gonna have fun finding out. And that was my intent. Please feel encouraged to come up with your own bespoke sankalpa. And if you need to speed up time in your mind's eye to find yourself in equilibrium, in in a sattvic state, in a chill, good, neutral place. And that humming, thrumming, glowing crystal, or whatever yours looks like, being a tool in your toolkit. For those of us with toolkits of these kind. I don't think anyone can. But there are others like me that collect them. Oh, so many visualizations. So, if this could have been better in some way for you, rewind time. Pretend that you got what you needed. And in this moment, feel what it would feel like if you had gotten what you needed. And if you are headed off into the lands of slumber from this, I want to say jumping spot, is it a portal? From this effort that you have put in, then swim on, sail on, friend, and joyous beneficial adventures, may they await ye. Also, feel good, feel well, be happy. As for those of us that need to perhaps maybe come out of this state, for whatever perfectly reasonable reason that we may have, if only to come back out, take a breath, and dive deeper, up to you. Just be nice to yourself after this. Be kind for doing a practice for yourself, doing some beneficial visualization. Some imaginative escapism, even. No shame. It's useful in that way too. But regardless, whatever reason we need to come back out of that super relaxed state that we were headed towards, yes, there's always deeper. Let the life return to the limbs as you fill up through the nostrils, letting that breath kickstart systems out of dormant mode and wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, perhaps rock the neck and wiggle the face, wiggle the nose. Whatever feels good for you and brings you back to your body, all the way back to your physical body, in the right here and the right now. As you're coming back, I forgot to switch over to this video loop that I made 2 times now. I'm gonna make a new one. Not sure why that one escaped, but why is that there, you may ask? Traditionally, like, Yoga Nidra is a closed eye kind of practice, as are visualizations and sleeping. But we all have to come to stillness. We approach stillness and silence at our own time, in our own way, right? Like, stillness is a relationship you have with yourself, because sitting still is sometimes the most difficult thing in the world. And some people I've had people that just, they don't feel safe closing their eyes. That's fine too. So I thought I would have pretty things for people to gaze into, which are currently all water, moving water. This one's snow falling on the branches of a nearby tree. And we're not going back in. But see, you could use that as a. I'm gonna find a better word than portal, but a portal in, into that altered state where we create more space between the things that happen and our reactions and responses, so we can be more cognitive of what and intentional with what we're choosing. Also, the snow's pretty. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here, for participating in this whenever, throughout space and time, however this may end up with you. I hope it was and leads to more feel-good moments of relaxation, of letting go for a moment, even if I was on in the background. Thank you. Actually, I think that might be a good way. Turn it on in the background. And I would like to be someone that is, well, I try to be someone that's trustworthy enough to be someone that you can zone out to while you do your things. So, your travels, your internal tasks. I'm going to wax poetic if I don't stop now. Again, thank you for participating. Hope it was beneficial. If you would like to help out, please like or comment or both. There's subscribe, there's share, there's all those things that people with accounts can do. And if you're feeling froggy, you can always donate to the cause at santosdavid333.com. Thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you again. I'll thank you as much as I want to thank you. All right. Much love. Much thanks. And my hope for us all: feel good, feel well, be happy.